Right, so this is Slim Jim, Stealth, and Conan. And we've each made 1,000 miles. They say, they say that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Sleuth! How did you get here? Stealth! Not Sleuth! I don't even know what your name is. Who are you anyway?
I am Stealth.
And how did you?
Known as Jennifer.
How did you?
Sometimes called Jenny.
What day did you start, and how did you get here?
I started March 21st, and I got here in a very roundabout way. I hiked for 10 days during my spring break because I teach. It was nice during the day, but I caught in a lot of rain and snow during my journey because it was a very wet year in California. So I did those 10 days. For the rest of April and May, I was using every weekend to section my way north through the trail. At which point, I met our lovely host Conan while I was southbounding from Apache Peak and he was northbounding. And I remember it was very impressive because he's my parents' age and he's out here being a badass. And no, but more impressive, he was totally cool with only doing 10 miles a day to not get injured.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something I struggle with. I tend to go more, and I get injured. So anyway, that's how I started. And so I sectioned all throughout April and all throughout May until my kids were out of school. June 7th, I was able to pick up the trail in the lovely town of Wrightwood. And I have been hiking northbound ever since.
Awesome.
Yep, that is how I started.
The three of us in this trio, myself, Conan, Stealth, and Slim Jim, different age groups. I'm 60 in the 60s.
I am 48, and I don't mind saying my actual age.
I'm 68.
I'm 58.
Slim Jim's 58.
Yeah, I actually said it.
No kidding! Wow!
That is actually kind of cool.
Owned it.
Uh,
Owned it.
Oh,
Fantastic. So Slim Jim, how did you get here?
Just recently. I started on May 10th, just like everybody else. I came out on the 10th. I came out from Michigan. It's been a 6-year planning event. It's been great. Met a lot of people out here. I met Stealth and Aquadosi. We got kind of hooked up in there. I met Badass Conan up on the trail.
I was
been battling the whole way.
Yeah, I was
now
fishing
we're
for
here.
tadpoles at the time.
What's that?
I was fishing for tadpoles
Yeah.
in the
But it's
murky
been
pool.
great. It's been all the people. That's what everybody says. That's exactly what it is. And I just feel like I'm going from town to town, just
Yeah.
enjoying California.
It said that we're on a
That's
walking
what it all
tour.
is.
Yeah.
We're on a
It's
walking
just
tour
a
of
big walk.
all the little towns in Northern
So-
California.
Yeah, everybody's
Very
great.
cool.
Yeah.
And I got here, I started on April the 6th, and I got heat exhaustion at about 200 miles in. Took a month off, went home, spent some time with my family, and hiked the the Oregon Coast Trail for about 4 days. Tested out some new food, smoothies, and it's a protein shake. Worked great, had a lot of pep in my step at the end of the day, and I got back on the trail the end of May at Tehachapi, hiked south all the way to Whitewater, where I got off, and then flipped back to Tehachapi and hiked north up to Kennedy Meadows. And I hooked up with these two wonderful individuals in Kennedy Meadows. We hitched a ride over to Lone Pine, and from there we got the bus out to Chester. So this 1,000-mile marker is skipping 631 miles of the Sierra. That's what the 1,000 represents. For us, it's our 1,000-mile point.
Which is not going away. The Sierra isn't, but we will be back.
We will be back. We
will
will
be back.
return. What's your greatest moment on the trail, Stealth?
My favorite moment on the trail is actually forming bonds with my hiking partners.
That's awesome.
I crap on myself a lot about my hiking speed, but I have no doubt that I'm a strong hiker. I have no doubt that I could hike all the way to Canada. You know, I have utmost confidence in that. But it's very, very difficult for me to form relationships and bonds with other people. I am such a loner. I'm alone 99% of the time, not counting my children, and you don't count your children. Okay, you just don't. So I'm mostly alone. And so I figured the social aspect of this was going to be a challenge for me. But what I found is it's actually a blessing. You know, this is very new, and it's actually cool for the people. They'll have your back when you're having a crappy day. Or, you know, they're doing the happy dance with you because something cool happened.
It's 3 times the fun.
It's 3 times the fun, you know.
And we have laughs. We have some great laughs about all kinds of
and
stuff. That's fun.
That, you know, all of those moments strung together, the ones in town, the ones on the trail, kicking it in camp this morning until 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Collectively, that's my favorite moments on the trail.
Slim Jim, what about you?
I'd have to say all the spontaneous moments we have where we laugh real hard.
Yeah.
All the international hikers that we meet out there.
Oh gosh, yes.
From Poland, Swiss, Austria, Estonia, all over the world.
All over the world.
Just those special people and their stories too, and how they make fun of other countries, or it seems like everybody makes more fun of France than anything.
Well, they probably make fun of
Well, I don't
Americans.
know. They make fun of Michigan,
American.
Michigan,
Yeah.
Midwest too. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. All the international people, and just all the bonds we make out there.
It's the people.
It is the
It's the people behind the trail.
It is the people and all those special moments.
Right.
Like the other day when we swam in that lake, we just all needed it. It came up and we
It was
swam in
wonderful.
that.
Had a little swim. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spontaneous moments.
And
Sure.
going into town, exploring all the towns, meeting just the town people that aren't hiking is fun too.
For me,
Very nice.
I started off talking about hiking on the shoulders of giants. We hike along the shoulders of these big mountains every day, but that's actually a metaphor for something even bigger.
Yeah.
It's the people behind the trail, the support, the trail angels, people who maintain the trail. My goodness, the blowdowns that get cleared. We've crossed, how many blowdowns have we crossed the past week?
Hundreds.
Unbelievable. But they get cleared. There's a crew of people who come out, volunteer
They're
to
just
clear it.
not little blowdowns. They're
Yeah, we're not
big,
talking about
massive.
branches on the trail here.
Yeah.
Jungle gyms.
And it's just the spontaneous acts of kindness and generosity of complete strangers. It absolutely blows you away.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It comes at a moment when you usually need it.
Yes, it is. So this is our 1,000-mile monument. We've stuck it into a campsite. Hopefully some campers will come along, see that, kick the stones aside, put their tents down here, and that's cool too. This is our Chester 1000.
I think we should go ahead though and list our worst moments, because the trail is not all unicorns and rainbows.
No, it's not. What was your worst moment?
It would be a cross between the time I slid down the snow after falling like 10 times already.
The evil white stuff.
The evil white stuff, the EWS, which is our new word for snow. That was so frustrating. I wasn't injured. I wasn't afraid I was going to die, but I was just so frustrated because nobody was going to pull my ass up. I had to climb like up that snow. It was so frustrating.
I know I was at the top.
Yeah.
I told you I can't help you.
I know. It's like all I could do was like talk you up, go slow. So that was super frustrating. And then that ties probably with how I was feeling yesterday, coming up those hills in the heat. I'm pretty sure I was dehydrated. I had low electrolytes. I was exhausted from not sleeping enough. Every time I saw another hill, I put my head down on my trekking poles and almost started to cry. The only reason I didn't start to cry was just like a force of will, because I hate to cry. Those I guess would be my worst moments. But the cool thing about worst moments is they end and you get better.
Yeah, well, you
That's
look
good.
back on them
You
fondly.
look back on them and their memories.
Their memories.
Their memories.
Yes.
They
So.
kind of get lighter as time goes by.
What about you? Did you have any bad moments on the trail, Slim Jim?
Yes, I can remember desert.
Yeah.
With the heat, I had some rough times out there. But the one moment that stands out is the side of Baden Powell. Splinter was in front of me a little ways, but he was out of view. Down the side of the mountain, and I was off trail, so I said, well, I'll just go straight up the mountain. Manzanitas, is that what they're called?
Yeah, Manzanita.
Real thick, but the snow was over them, so it was
Yeah.
a cushion.
Right.
And I remember falling back.
Oh gosh.
Scraped my leg, I couldn't get up right away. Said a few curse words, you know I was around. you
Yeah.
know? So, but I got up and it all worked out. So.
Yeah, I've got scratch marks on my
that was
legs.
probably because I was still lost too, trying to go through the
Yeah.
snow. Even
Getting
when I got
lost.
up.
They
But
get-
then I had to stop and fix the bleeding a little
Yes.
bit.
Yes.
So,
They-
but it was all right.
Yeah.
It works out.
Yeah.
So,
No, I've got a few scratch marks on my legs from the Manzanitas and
yeah, I think
lost
that
my
was
way in the
worse.
trail a few times.
I
But
do think that was worse than some of the heat I was dealing with.
I think the worst moment for me was when I got off the trail, had the heat exhaustion problem, trudging back 16 miles back to the highway rather than going 50 miles uphill in the heat. It was kind of a bittersweet feeling. I knew I was going to come back on the trail, but there was some uncertainty there. You know, it didn't sit well with me to quit. But I'm glad I did because I was able to reset and fix a few problems. And I came back and I'm better for it.
You get stronger,
And
you
I'm
get
not the
better.
only one who did that. A lot of people took some time out for reflection and came back on the
You
trail.
know, yeah, I've asked other hikers. I remember early on in the desert and stuff like that, they're having rough days, and I go, "You ever feel like you want to quit?" They all go, "Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we've all had that
Oh,
moment."
yeah.
So they all say that out there.
Yeah.
So. And you
All
never
right.
quit on a bad day.
No.
Right, no,
Never
it's
quit
true.
going up a hill. Never
Yeah, you
quit
never
when it's
quit on a
raining.
bad
And
day.
never quit
Yeah.
It's
when
not
it's
all
crap.
It's not
Right,
flat out here.
right.
It's all mountains.
It always gets better.
Yeah, it
Always gets better. All right, well, this is Conan and Slim Jim and Stealth. Not Sleuth. Stealth.
Yeah!
Celebrating our 1,000-mile journey. Woo!